What's going on, everybody, and welcome to this 27th C++ tutorial. Well, it sounds like you are hearing the breaking news, whatever. So in this tutorial we're going to make class. So if you watch our previous tutorial, you should be more satisfied with it. If you don't, you should be. So let's make a class, and for class we do have syntax like this. You write the name of the class, but first we write just class, and then we do write the name of the class what we are going to create. Well, I do have employee, so employee, and after the name of the class we do have these stupid braces, and after stupid braces these semicolon. Okay, now we are in the class employee, and now we do have three privacies over here. The first one is called private. The private means no one can use the content over here. Okay, and then we have public, which means it sounds with these words that everyone can use its properties. And the last one is protected, which means the properties can only be used the child classes. Well, what is child classes, you will know after a few tutorials. Well, it's our topic, so let's remove it. And in this tutorial we're going to use these both privacies. So let's make a private ID of the employee, and we cannot assign over here anything, because if you assign and it will said it is a private, you can't assign it. Okay, so ID, and we do have name. But now the question arises here, if we don't assign over here, then where it should be assigned? It can be assigned by the function written in the public. So let's make a function that will assign the values to an ID and the name. So I'm going to make for ID, and for ID we do have name set ID, and in set ID we do pass, like I have passed whatever you want, a, and then you use this and hyphen sign and this name. I don't know this name. What is this name? So what this name, wow, this okay, this means that you're using this classes things. Well, if you do this ID, then it will means this ID. So this ID will be assigned to whatever we are going to pass in this function. Okay, similar with the name, set name, and of course it will be string, and you can also assign it same, and this name will be assigned to a. Okay, and now we're going to identify what is in this ID and name. For that purpose we're going to make a void function. Well, void should be the correct, so void and get info. Okay, it will print out all the data having ID and name. Okay, ID and this and name value. We should use this every time we do write the properties of the class. So this again, and okay, now we do complete this class. Okay, now we're going to make some objects of the class. So objects are going to something like data types. Like if you write int a, then this is something like data type, and this is our own of choice. Subjects are something like this. First you write the name of the class. Well, we have class name employee, and we write our own choice over here. That will be our object, and we do. Okay, now we do have a object of class employee. Okay, now we are going to assign the values to id and the name, and then of that course. Okay, set a dot set id, and it will set it to 2, and a dot name, and set it to, because it's a string, so I'm doing this, so set it to Moji. Wow. So now we're going to print, then get info, and it will print both of them. Okay, now I'm going to compile it, and this error occurs. Well, I got the problem. Okay, so if you watch over here, string is not a data type, it's an object. So let's remove it, and whenever you use string, you should write the character as return type. So let's check it out for character, and now you get that to that thing and Moji, and that thing is colon, whatever. So that's why you can make a class and its object. Well, you can do something like journal, like you don't know how many objects do you have. For that purpose, you write it in text and ask it how many and then assign it to that thing, and we will make an object array of that number, and of course it will be start from 0 and to x, and then increment, and first it will ask for id, and we do need some more integer. Well, a, not a should be, because a used, and then you need string. Okay, so now in I and y, and then send it to that index dot id. Okay, not set id, and it will send it to that position, and it will ask for name. Well, the name for same purpose, and for name we use n, and send it also to name. Okay, we're going to send n because n is, so now we send all the things, and we will make a function that will print all the things. I less than x, I increment, and now in this loop we are going to print all the things. Dot print, well, okay, it's not print, it will get info. Now let's check me the spelling. Okay, now here we are, and let's remove this Corby thing. Okay, so let's check it out, and how it asks how many IDs. Well, I'm going to set 2. ID 1 is Manly, and id 2 is emoji. So you can see over here it can save all the information, whatever, how many do you want to save. So that's all. If you don't understand this stupid thing I have done after second portion of this tutorial, so don't worry, because I do have more interesting things in the next tutorial. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and visiting next tutorial.